experience, you will be able to share some anonymous data with us if you want, but it's totally up to you. The first algorithm we'll look at is designed to judge the beauty or attractiveness of your face. It will give you a score between 0 and 10.
Having some idea of how attractive you are can be very valuable. For example, dating services like Tinder use it to match people who are about equally attractive. Some social media companies, such as TikTok, are known to promote content from attractive people more. To make an algorithm like this,
how
you
old
need to
you
train
are.
it using tens of thousands of example photos that each already have a beauty score. Rating all these photos is often done by students at universities. If you ask Chinese students to give their opinions, their cultural perceptions of beauty will transfer over into the algorithm, which might lead to unpredictable effects when it's used to judge people from other cultures. I wanted to show you an example of this, but I couldn't even get the algorithm to detect black people's faces properly.
If you have a low score, it might just be because the judgment of these algorithms is so dependent on how they were trained. Of course, if you got a really high score, that's just because you are incredibly beautiful.
Wait, what do you mean normal?
Next, let's look at an algorithm that's designed to judge your age.
Browse.
By connecting to this website, you also shared your IP address, and that was used to guess where you are. Now that we have your gender, your age, your country of origin, and the BMI prediction, we can combine these and try to create a life expectancy prediction.
These types of predictions are essentially created by stacking educated guesses on top of each other, which makes the result even more imprecise. However, that doesn't stop insurance agencies from purchasing these types of predictions.
Wait, is this going to be
because
uploaded
them,
to
it's better than nothing.
some sort of
Won't you come a little closer?
Don't take this the wrong way, but capability built in. For example, in the United States, the pharmaceutical chain Rite Aid used these cameras to recognize people who had previously shoplifted them.
By the way, you didn't actually need to get closer to the camera for this to work. A small thumbnail is enough. I just want to see if you do it. Done. As a bonus, for the last few minutes your surfing behavior has also been recorded.
You may not realize it, but a lot of websites have little bits of code from companies such as Visual Website Optimizer and Hotjar embedded into them. This makes it possible to record your mouse movements, as well as any text you may have entered into forms. These services can help improve how a website functions, but it also means a large amount of behavioral data is being collected by these third parties.
As you probably realize, your data is increasingly collected and combined to create all kinds of predictions about you. By comparing your data to that of others, you can be placed in all kinds of categories. These profiles are not just used to show you
we allow them to say that list above it to be used to calculate a new average,
ranging from getting cheap car loans or insurance to finding a job or even a date. While you can try to protect yourself from this tracking online, where, for example, you can delete your cookies, this is much harder when it comes to your face, which you can't really delete.
Whoa!
That's why this type of biometric tracking is much more inescapable and can feel much more constricting. As face recognition technology moves into
what does it mean?
Lives, it can create this subtle but pervasive feeling of being watched and judged all the time. We might feel more pressure to behave normally, which for an algorithm means being more average. That's why we have to
I'm good then.
Human rights to privacy,
Chat.
which
so
is
I'm normal then.
Our right to be different.
Chat. I'm like you.
Privacy is our right to be imperfect. So we have to be very careful when implementing this technology. As with all new innovations, it comes with great stories of how it can improve our lives in the short term. But with biometric systems, we have to be very careful and really think through what it could do to people and society in the long term if, bit by bit, we allow this surveillance culture.
He says that I'm 8.4 out of 10 though. That's insane. That's like top 1%. Let's see if it glitch. I'll do it again.
The we'll look at is designed to judge the beauty or attractiveness of your face. It will give you a score between 0 and 10.
Having some idea of how attractive you are can be very valuable.
Hey,
it lag.